Whenever we talk about polls, we always start it with the burden of 2016. Polls were wrong in 2016 and they can be wrong again, is the often repeated disclaimer. To say that pollsters completely messed up 2016 is similar to missing the forest for the trees. Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote by 2.1 percentage points, didn't she? Real Clear Politics average had Clinton up by 3.2 points in the first week of November. So the polls were just off by 0.9 points in the week before the election. Polls are rear view mirrors. By the time you're reading and analyzing them, you're already in the future digging into your past. Polling reflects opinions, and opinions change all the time. That's why polling happens continuously to monitor that change. So, why did we miss 2016 and will it happen in 2020? There are several factors that caused the divergence in 2016. First of all, after seeing polling data, most of us concluded that Hillary Clinton will win and acted as if people will never change their opinion at all. The fact that so many people remained on the edge about both the candidates throughout the election cycle was completely overlooked. There was overwhelming evidence that indicated that the 2016 election was moving way too fast for the polls to keep a close tab on. On September 26, 2016, the Real Clear Politics average of polls had Clinton ahead by just 2.3 points. Then the lead expanded to 7.1 points by October 18, 2016. Then it shrank to 1.3 points by November 3rd, just a few days before the election. Heading into the election day, Trump was gaining support while Clinton was losing support. People weren't happy about Clinton. 6 out of 10 had an unfavorable view of her, while only 1 out of 3 thought that she was honest. So there was a good number of people who were telling the pollsters, hey, I don't think she is honest, but I'm voting for her. This is the group I'm calling as the sitting on the edge voters, ones that are ready to swing to the other side without giving us enough notice. And there were a lot of them in 2016. Now compare that with Biden. In Florida, Iowa, and Pennsylvania, around 51% say that they are voting for Biden, and slightly less than 50% say they have a favorable view of Biden. For Biden, nearly everyone who is voting for him have a favorable view of him. This was not the case with Clinton. In 2016, poll after poll showed that there was a huge number of people who are planning to vote for a third party candidate. And there was a reasonable number of undecideds as well. Lot of polls had this group, third party and undecideds, at 10% to 15%. Votes that went for third party played a major role in helping Trump win the election and helping Hillary to lose. Third party candidates received 4.9% of the popular vote in 2016. That's not happening in 2020. Across battleground states, third party candidates are polled at just 1% or 2%. So these three factors drowned Hillary in 2016 but are absent in 2020. Polls went from 2-point lead to 7-point lead and then to 2-point lead in a span of 5 weeks. Such rapid movement is completely absent this year. Third party candidates polled around 5% in 2016 and this time they are at below 2%. On average, it's around 1.5%, similar to the levels we had in 2008. Clinton had a massive unfavorable rating, while Biden's favorability rating closely mirrors the number of people who are voting for him. Biden's lead has consistently stayed above 6 points over Trump nationally. At times he has gone past 10, but then he contracted back to the 6 plus range again. What this means is Biden is looking on solid ground to win the national popular vote by at least 2 to 3 times the margin that Clinton had. But that does not mean Biden will win unless he has the lead in battleground states. If there are enough battlegrounds that are close up until the election day, then Trump can sneak a victory through the Electoral College. The Electoral College is also looking favorable to Biden. We can even say that it looks extremely favorable for Biden. Biden has dented Trump's standing in 7 states that Trump won in 2016: Pennsylvania, Florida, Iowa, North Carolina, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. And all the 7 states have numbers that are looking extremely different from 2016. Negligible third party undecided impact, high favorability rating for Biden. So Biden's national advantage has widened in the last 1 week, which means if the entire country votes today, Biden will win the popular vote by possibly 6 to 10 million votes. But the entire country is not voting today, and there is still some time left in this election to move things around. Let us look at Biden and Trump's path to 270, the battle for the battlegrounds. There are 19 states in which Biden is holding a double-digit lead. That's 217 electoral votes. It's the same electoral map as Hillary Clinton, except for Nevada and Minnesota. Biden is way out of reach for Trump in these states, and Trump is not investing in any of them. So we can call this 217 votes as a lock for Biden. Now, let us expand this map to add all the states where Biden is leading by more than 5 points. That's 24 states with 279 electoral votes. The 5 states added in this map are Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Nevada. As you can see from Biden campaign spending till the first week of September, these 5 states were at the top of the list. This is the map I believe Biden campaign discussed on day 1 and finalized it as the path they are going to pursue. Biden campaign's early identification of the path and the fact that they have stayed faithfully committed to that path is the reason why Biden remains extra strong in these 24 states. Biden is well outside the margin of polling error in all these states. Pennsylvania remained on the edge for a long time but has decisively moved towards Biden in the last 2 weeks. As Trump and Republican Senate prospects started to plummet, additional opportunities opened up in Arizona, North Carolina, and Florida, while things improved a bit in Georgia and Texas as well. Biden remains solid in the 279 map, but let's just say he somehow loses Pennsylvania. He can still compensate that with Arizona. I will go as far as to say that the fact that Biden is sitting on a lead in Arizona and North Carolina is the exact reason why Trump has no chance whatsoever to pull a rabbit out of his hat. Biden can lose Pennsylvania and Florida, but still win. So how can Trump win? Trump's first challenge will be to hold all the southern states. He cannot afford to lose even a single one. He needs to win Arizona, North Carolina, and Florida. All 3 states where he is trailing Biden by at least 3 points. Then, so this is how Trump can win. Trump has to win 4 states Biden is leading by less than 5 points and needs another 2 states where Biden is leading by more than 5 points. So can he do that? So far, if you have watched the Trump campaign, you will possibly answer in the negative. They are out of money and their messaging is all over the place. So to dent a candidate from plus 6 points to minus 1 point in 25 days is not possible even for the greatest campaigns. The only way it can happen is if the candidate himself deconstructs. Biden's favorability rating is consistently hovering at the 48% to 54% level across an array of battleground states. Unless Trump pushes that favorability rating under 40%, he will not even have a fighting chance in the electoral map. So can he do that? Not possible, because Trump has already ran out of money and rolling his ad in battleground states. One state will be up one day, another will be up another day. And how will you dent the favorability rating of a man who 7 out of 10 voters continue to say is a decent human being? So Biden has more money, and right now he only has to defend the states in which he is leading. That itself will get him over 330 electoral college votes. Biden can lose Pennsylvania and Florida and still win with 285 electoral college votes. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe.